what's going on.
Liz, thanks so much for a call. We appreciate you being a listener.
Bye.
Stephen in San Rafael, good afternoon. How are you?
I'm doing well. Yes, I'm in San Rafael, actually, Marin-Bob Lucas Valley, and what Mimi has described is happening in our community. We're being inundated with a bunch of housing. It will grow our community by 25% in affordable housing. You can imagine what that's going to do to our community. We don't have money for schools. We don't have money for fire coming in. Basically, it's the taxpayers that are going to be hosting all of this.
And what's driving? Because I'm always interested in the process. Stephen, if you know, what the folks in San Rafael didn't wake up one morning and say, let's build affordable housing. What drove the process that resulted in more affordable housing?
Well, I mean, we kind of woke up. I was involved in some local politics on the Park and Recreation Commission, and I always heard this rumble, and I didn't know what it was about, and then I looked into it and found out that a bunch of housing was coming our way, and I am responsible for waking up our community about what's going on. But basically, it's the housing element,
yep.
And our supervisor served on ABAG, Susan Adams, as a vice president last year, and so really, actually, a lot of people really don't know still to this day what's happening. But
and Stephen, if I can interrupt, that is the point. The point is caller after caller and incident after incident, people say, I didn't know what happened. I woke up one morning and all of a sudden there are people who are bulldozing, and I'm told there's low-income housing. So, Stephen, you gave me an intro, and we only have a minute till we have to go to break. But the important point is this happens so stealth. These people, and I don't mean to sound ultra sinister, but these people are so good at getting in there and having donuts and bagels and Starbucks coffee and having meetings on Saturday mornings. And then they have minutes of the meetings, and it's all consensus. And everybody agreed to this. Everybody agreed to smart growth and light rail and subways and and it finds its way into a charter and into a master plan. And people say, I didn't agree. Oh, yeah, there was a meeting. Didn't you attend? Well, no, I was out playing golf. I was in the Safeway. Well, that's how it happens. So, Stephen,
I want to tell you, I called in for a couple reasons. First of all, to bear witness to what you're saying. But second of all, although I believe everything that you're saying, and I even believe what you're saying about the UN and Agenda 21, with the notable exception, I don't think it's a conspiracy. I think it's a planning fad.
It's not a conspiracy. Stephen, you're exactly right. And I emphasize that while others will paint this as a conspiracy, it is not that. It is simply people with a worldview have figured out a way to lawfully get their worldview promoted. It is by no means a conspiracy. And I agree with you 100%.
Okay, so the thing that I think is going to save us is there's no government rich enough to do what they want to do. California's not rich enough. I mean, basically, this thing's going to topple before too long, and because you can't run all these free programs on nothing. It's got to come from somebody.
That's exactly right. And Stephen, I just need to interrupt. We have to go to break in about 30 seconds, and I'm terribly sorry to have to cut you off. But thank you so much for being a caller. We appreciate it.
I appreciate you making this public, and keep speaking.
Thank you. 800-345-5639. Bob Zadek, host of the Bob Zadek Show, spending another 30 minutes with Mimi Steele. I'll be back at the top of the hour. Thanks so much.